Dharma Bites is brought to you by Free Buddhist Audio, the Dharma for your life. Our work is funded entirely by donations from our generous listeners. If you would like to help us keep this free, make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. Thank you, and happy listening.
But real concentration of mind is not something you should have to make yourself do. You shouldn't have to screw up your face or anything like that, ideally, except give your attention. It should feel quite natural. Of course, you do sometimes need actively to turn your attention towards whatever's happening sometimes. But concentration is much more a general state of mind than something you do with your mind. And that focused, integrated state of mind is the result of all Buddhist practice. I think integration is a peculiar characteristic of Buddhism. It's something that characterizes Buddhists. A second thing that characterizes Buddhists is positive emotion. On the whole, we're not such a miserable lot. I mean, there are exceptions I'm trying not to think of, but generally, Buddhists seem unusually friendly. I suppose if people practice ethics and meditations like the Metta Bhavana, they'll be getting familiar with positive emotions like faith in the path, confidence in themselves, kindness and encouragement towards others. Negative emotions like envy, resentment and concealment are going to find less of a place in their minds, in our minds. They'll be able to let go those negative emotions a bit because they'll have realised that they can let them go a bit. People who meditate and practice ethics experience emotions like joy, like the joy of being alive. It's not such a rare thing for them. And also they experience amazement. And what about openness? That quality of spaciousness I mentioned can also be an emotion. And what is an emotion? An emotion is basically an expression of a desire of some kind. It's a wish, and probably you could take any emotion, positive or negative, and formulate it as a wish. I mean, let's try, for example, friendliness. Well, the wish there could be, I want you to be happy, or I want to help you. What about an emotion that's negative, like envy or resentment? Well, the wish there could be, I don't want this person to be happier than me, or prettier than me, or better off, or more popular, or just nicer than me, because I can see that they are. It makes me feel bad when I see them. As some of us know, it's a really horrible state to be in. Or the wish with concealment could be, I don't want you to notice what I'm doing. Kindness, let's take a positive one. Kindness might possibly be, I'd like you to be safe from harm. And expressions of emotion like this are a bit like prayers, or else they're a bit like curses. It's like, generally, when you practice Dharma, you get more aware of the tone of your emotional life and its effects. And Sangharakshita calls this the stage of positive emotion in his system of meditation. It's number 2 in the list, but in terms of the process of unfolding potential, it can happen pretty much simultaneously with the stage of integration, and it can also come first. Some people are naturally very positive, but everyone can see they aren't really that concentrated. Others are quite concentrated, but everyone knows they aren't that positive. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. The main point is, positive emotion is a key quality. We all need it, and the world certainly needs it. Without love, there can be no ethics, there can be no depth of meditation, there can be no insight. So in Buddhism, the whole area of developing integration and positive emotion is mapped through what are known as the 8 levels of dhyana. I'm not going to go through them, but these are states of great purity and openness of mind and heart that are potential for everyone. They are increasingly integrated and also increasingly emotionally positive. The dhyanas, they occupy a large segment of experience that's available through skillful activity and especially meditation. But interestingly, they're short of enlightenment. Through your practice, you can become almost unbelievably happy and integrated, very, very together, very, very clear and open-hearted. That you may feel like the king of the gods or the queen of the gods in heaven. And according to Buddhist tradition, it's perfectly possible that you might actually be born as the king or the queen of the gods. or even, dare I say, as God himself with a capital G.
We hope you enjoyed today's Dharma Bite. Please help us keep this free. Make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. And thank you.